Roll Tide, everybody, and it is time for Sunday Rollback. And Shank and I are going to talk about that disastrous performance at Florida State. How concerned should we be? Is Bama soft? That's what a lot of people are saying right now. How can they turn this around? We're going to get into all that right here on the channel. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort over there in Philadelphia, Mississippi, hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. But they got everything you need right there at the Timeout Sports Lounge and Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, which is the Augusta you can play. I know you guys want to talk about this. We want to talk about this. So let's get this show started. Let's go. All right, Roll Tide, everybody. There he is, Alphonse Taylor. You know him as Shank. I'm Mick Gillespie. You know me as Mick. Shank. I woke up this morning and I was still a combination of sad, disappointed, head down, shamed. Is there any hope for us? We're 5-5 in our last 10 games, and we're 1-3 in our last 4. And we've lost to teams that aren't that good. I don't know how good Florida State is, to be honest with you. They're better than us. But let's just start at the game itself. Your thoughts on Bama and Florida State?
Man, I'm so mad at myself because I allowed a flash in the pan to really get my hype up, really get my hopes up, man. I watched that first drive and I just knew we were back, man. I just knew we were back. We depended on the run game. We trusted in it. You know what I'm saying? We made the throws when we needed to make them. And it looked like an old school Alabama football drive for a score. And God, man, I I had my hopes so high, so high, Mick. And it's just the fact that even with all the transfers Florida State had, the fact remains they won 2 games last year. And I know people say, oh, that doesn't matter, you know, but it does. Because anybody logically thinking and looking at that Florida State team, they were able to close the gap between us from being a 2-win team, us being a 9-win team, returning a lot of key pieces, set up for a great opener. They were able to close the gap from being a 2-win team and surpass us last night, and that is the most disheartening thing in the world to me.
Yeah.
When we are returning all these pieces, all these watch list guys, saying we're best receiving core in the country, we're looking strong up front, and we go out there and get smacked around by a team that was built in the transfer portal overnight.
God, isn't that the truth?
And so if people don't understand where I'm coming from by saying that was a 2-win team, then I don't know what else to tell you. Because they went from being a 2-win team, Mick, to closing the gap and surpassing us, a 9-win team. Mick, we are their 3rd win in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Yep.
And so
it is crazy.
I'm in shock, man. I'm in utter disbelief because this is beyond just not playing a good game or, us playing a good game and it just didn't work out. They whooped our ass.
Yep.
On both sides of the ball.
They looked like they wanted it more. They brought intensity, right? They
Absolutely.
capitalized on mistakes. They looked faster than us. You know, we couldn't tackle. And that was the biggest thing to me, Shank. Is like I could sit on here and I don't care all the time about the winning and losing. I've been doing this for a long time. There's been some games we've lost games. You know, Saban lost games. Like, and there's been times where I would go on the shows and be like, "Look, you're not going to win every game," and people get mad at me. But you don't. I mean, I've been in sports my entire life. Sometimes you have the better team and they just catch the breaks. The ball doesn't bounce your way. Saban would lose games in his prime, and it would be like we weren't going to win because the ball just wasn't going to bounce our way. Like we played at Auburn, and the ball bounces off the dude's helmet, and then the guy catches it. We played against when you guys played Ole Miss. Nothing went our way in that game. We still
Right.
almost came back and won. With Coker they didn't want to put Coker in at quarterback and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, and then they finally put him in and we start rolling. It's just too late, right? And they caught a break. Like but it wasn't that we went in there and just got pushed around. This was all the fears that some people have been telling me behind, people that I know have been saying, guys have got rings at Alabama. These guys are soft. We should be practicing at night. And guys should be showing up on time for the workouts. And why are they wearing jewelry and not taking this seriously? Oh, now they're going to take it seriously. I see some of the guys that we lost in the transfer portal, and then I'm like, okay, it doesn't feel like the defensive line been worried about that since last year, since the 8A game last year. Why are they running on us like this? And then they get run all over again.
It's insane, man. It's insane. Like I just can't fathom, I can't process that I would see the day that Alabama just got bullied the way that we did. It's just, man, like Florida State was running through tackles. They were smacking people. They were coming downhill. Meanwhile, we're reaching out just trying to grab people.
Yeah.
Like every time they tackled us, Mick, I swear to God, we came up short on a first down.
Yeah.
But every
Yep.
time we tackled them,
Good
they're
point.
falling forward for 3, 4, 5 yards every time. Even the quarterback.
Yeah.
We're trying to wrap him up. He's spurting through there for an extra 3 yards. And that ended up being the difference in the game, man. And it's just God, we look
Why
so
didn't we run
soft
the
up
ball?
front.
Well, you mentioned it too. That first drive, like it was all set up by running the ball, and then it was like we just got into where, we stopped having effective runs, and Ty Simpson isn't Jalen Milroe, and in the sense that, Milroe could create a lot of stuff on his ability to run, right? So Ty Simpson, this was the biggest concern to me. Ty Simpson would get out of the pocket and he would outrun guys, like slip away. And then instead of like taking that and making a big play out of it, whether he would run or throw, he would throw an incomplete pass. So
All
he
right.
would do all the work to get outside and
Yep.
then not take advantage of it. When Milroe would either run the ball or throw it to somebody, he was good at that. I don't say he was great at it. Patrick Mahomes is great at it, right?
All right.
Lamar Jackson's great at it. And they, that's what makes them the two of the best. But in this day and age in football, that's one of the things that you really got to be able to do is when you get out of the pocket, you got to turn that into something, unless you're going to Tom Brady it, which is basically, drop back and throw the ball, right?
All right. I mean, I don't know, man. Ty showed flashes that he can do some things really well, but overall, I felt like it was too big of a moment for him. He never looked comfortable back there. And up front, we didn't necessarily help him either, man. It's just some of those sacks Proctor gave up. I'm just like, you can't do that in those spots, man. In those situations late when we're trying to, mount a comeback. Man, we finally get the ball back down 7, and we have the quickest 3-and-out I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's just like we had the ball for like 30 seconds. We give up a sack. Now it's 3rd and 17. It's just like, come on, man. We can't have that in that spot. And so as much as it is on Ty, we didn't play well up front. And
Yeah.
we didn't play consistent. We didn't execute consistently enough. We didn't control the line of scrimmage enough.
Right.
We got pushed around. We had flashes in the run game, but I don't think we stuck to it enough to make it work. And I mean, we went down big and we started pressing, man. We weren't patient, you know. And I heard the board say that we went away from the run game because we weren't getting explosives. And and Mick, I've said it all the time, man. You set up the run game for the fourth quarter. Run
Yeah.
game, you set up the run game for the second half. And you know, you continue to lean on it. And mind you, we're averaging like 5 yards a carry, man.
Yeah.
And so 2 runs equals a first down when you're running at that rate. And just to see us go away from it, man, it was just a sad showing. It was a sad showing, man. It just at no point that I feel like after that, at no point after that first drive that I feel like we were the more physical team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Guys, I got tickets to give away for Alabama, Wisconsin. Join us on our AveD site. Basically, go on there, play interactive games. We'll have some fun there, and you'll get a chance to win. We got 2 sets of tickets for Alabama and Wisconsin Avenue D. Just use that QR code on the screen, and you can get there. And then one other thing I wanted to tell you guys too, which is super cool, is this Bod Coach, and I'm gonna just throw this up on the screen and then tell you about it. Shank, it's a quick timeout. We'll get back to talking about Alabama. We're gonna be here for a minute, so you guys watch. This is from Coker and me down in Tallahassee.
We're presented by Bod Coach, and you can tell I'm slimming up over here, and it's because of Bod Coach. This is absolutely amazing. It's your personal trainer that is with you 24/7. So when I go to hotels or when I'm on the road, I type in, "Hey, look, I got equipment. This is what I have," and it'll make a workout specifically for me, what I want, what exercises I want. When I'm at home or I'm in a hotel and there's no way I can get to the gym, it'll say, "Hey, this is what I want to work on today," and it sends you personalized workout plans. It's really awesome. And they contacted me a few weeks ago to be a spokesman. I said, "Well, I want to try this." Bod Coach is fantastic. Like, I use it all the time. I mean, and if I'm telling you, man, like, it makes working out when you are on the go like me so much better. Just because I don't always know I didn't play football at Alabama. I didn't have Scott Cochran yelling, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and telling me what workouts to do. So anyway, I'm going to put in the body on the YouTube all about Bod Coach. Get you guys signed up there, but tell them you heard it on Bama Tailgate.
Yeah, there you go, Bod Coach. I get a text from my trainer's name's Evan. He texts me all the time, and I'm like, look, I'm at the house. I got this much time, and then he sends me a workout. But I was doing push-ups yesterday, and I was like, man, these are easier, So you guys take advantage of bodcoach.com. But it's a great program for those of you that like to work out. And not all of us are coaching football, Shank. You're out on the field with the kids at Davidson, but some of us got to stay in shape other ways. All right, I'm going to throw some stuff at you right now, and you be honest with me. This is what one of my good friends, I don't want to mention his name, but he played for Shula and for Saban and won a championship, was there during the transition. Felt like the Shula days were probably too soft. Some good players, but too soft.
Mm-hmm.
And then soft being, in football, not a good term. I'm going to throw it out there for you. Are we too soft?
Yes. Yes. Soft as hell. I don't even remember the last time somebody talked shit to us in the offseason and then walk us down like that. He's just that man said all that stuff in the offseason, gave us all that bulletin board material, and then stood on it. In no era that I was ever a part of at Bama would that have happened. And it's just and the play, watch the tape, man. This isn't even a feelings ordeal, this is a fact. Go watch the tape and you tell me who is the more physical team on tape. We're gonna get out of the emotions, we're gonna get out of the feelings because people are in them right now. And the fact is we got whooped up, we got pushed around, we got bullied last night. on both sides of the ball. There was nothing we did to make them uncomfortable at any point in time. They had their way when they needed to have their way. We didn't control the line of scrimmage on either side of the ball. And so that equates to us being a soft football team right now, without a doubt. And it's tough to see, man. It's tough to see because that's not the standard that we play by. That's not the standard that was set. Um, and so I don't want to see any more interviews about how hungry we are, what we plan to achieve this season. You know, we need damn periods of team run, inside run. We got to get some type of physicality going, man, because it's not there right now. We got outworked. We got outplayed. They were hungrier. They were faster. They wanted it more, and it shows on the tape. Man, I'm willing to debate that with anybody, and because man, I'm the biggest Bama homer there is around. Like that is my bias through and through.
Right.
And what I seen us put on field last night was it wasn't it, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't it. And if that's what we're putting on the field every weekend, it's gonna be a long season, Mick.
Yeah. There's so much that goes into this. This stat right here is the one that worries me the most. And this is why I told you guys on the tailgate show Friday that I would have taken Florida State in the points. I thought Alabama would hopefully win a close game. But I was concerned about the fact that we have not played well, and it's been Jekyll and Hyde with these guys. 5-5 in their last 10 games, 1-3 in their last 4, with losses to unranked Michigan, unranked Oklahoma, unranked Florida State. We did beat Auburn. So I look, if you said, hey, we would be 3-1 in those games, but lose to Auburn, I might still take the 1-3 because I hate them so bad. But these aren't good signs because, because we never had this when even I want to say even Saban's first year when they had the book scandal and then they lost some guys and then they kind of petered out at the end. And then after that, like Bama was in the championship mix with Saban every year since. I'm not saying that the season's over. I'm not saying that we can't turn it around. I'm not saying that that something couldn't change. But I'm saying that the trend right now is awful.
Absolutely. We're not trending in the right direction at all, man. And it's God. And I mean, you absolutely got to give him some credit for go picking up Gus though. It's just like what a pull that was. And you tried to warn me, Mick. You tried to warn me.
I did.
Man, I was being overly optimistic. I tried to overlook
you and Clint Lamb both. Don't apologize to me. Because here's I just the thing that DeBoer's going to have to do is he's going to have to look at some of his friends and say, hey, Kane, you know what? I really like you, man. But if you can't stop the run and you can't get the number one player in the state to stop going to Oregon and stay here, you're not going to cut it. Jerry Glanville told me, and Jerry is an NFL one of the all-time greats, and it was Saban, one of Saban's mentors, that when Saban was coaching, you didn't recruit the guys and get the guys that he wanted. You didn't have a job. He didn't fire you. He just fired you quietly. Like, hey, this probably isn't a good place for you. I feel I'm worried about recruiting on the defensive side of the ball at the line of scrimmage. I'm fine with the secondary, although I don't know why you would have Dijon Lee in, like, to get toasted like that at the beginning of the game. A guy that's just walked off the high school field, but that's a whole nother topic. He'll figure it out. I just think that you're going to have to go out there and do just like what Norvell did. His ass is on the line. So he goes out and gets the best coaches that he could have around him. Saban made a career on this, right? Going out and getting the best coaches. Do we have I love Grubb. I'm fine with It's a learning experience for him. He's still highly sought after. Saban tried to get him. I never heard one person talking about Kane Womack before we got him. And when I'm watching that line of scrimmage in the 8A game last year, in the games that we lost last year, even some of the ones we won, and then the way that they didn't tackle against Florida State, I'm like, look, man, it comes down to either your head coach or your coordinator, where your head coach is paid too much. We can't get rid of him. So I'm sorry that you guys have been friends forever. That shit ain't cutting it here.
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough. I never thought I'd see the day where we had a defense that couldn't stop the run, man.
Can't tackle.
And we can't. We can't. But it's tough when we're sitting in this three-man front and you're trying to rush one late to add an additional guy to essentially turn it into a four-man front. And we're getting no pressure on them, man.
None.
You know, we're not moving the line of scrimmage.
Nope.
They were beating up on us. And when you do that, it makes it hard on your backers. It makes it hard for them to fit. It makes it hard for it to get downhill. It just was not a good showing, man. It wasn't a good showing. And to the point of Dijon Lee, golly, what a way to be welcome to college football. You get to go against a vet in Squirrel White, who everybody knows can take the top off. I mean, you read you read the scouting report, you would have known that. And Castellanos just wasn't missing those throws. He was not. He
didn't have any pressure, Shank. Nobody was even close to him, man.
He didn't. He didn't. He was having his way, man.
I'm watching this rush and I'm going 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. Oh, we're not getting back there.
Offensive line looked what I thought ours would have looked like.
Yes. And thank you for saying that.
Which is crazy. They built that O-line in the portal.
Yeah, right. Those guys played, guess how many games together before yesterday?
Zero.
None. They didn't play any games together. That was supposed to be our advantage. Now, let me say this, Shank. I'm gonna take up for DeBoer a little bit here, okay? Because these are the points that I was making coming into this game that worried me.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody on the post-game show that I do on Cover Crimson mentioned this too. So I'm going to throw something else in there. But the first thing is this: we had no tape on these guys, right? So because they got new coordinators and a whole new team that they got out of the portal. So we don't know. Like, you can't just go. You're watching tape from other schools and you're trying to figure it out. But I'm going to tell you something right now. Gus Malzahn's been doing the same shit since he was at Auburn. Nothing from us. We knew exactly what he was going to do because that's what he does. So they watched it at other schools. All they had to do was watch an old Alabama Auburn game with him there, and you would have seen all the same shit. But we didn't have the tape of it because it didn't come from Florida State. So they were going to have to go out there and look at that. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what this team would look like because they never played together. I don't think Florida State's going to be that good. I think they're going to be okay.
I'm scared. I'm scared about that.
Yeah, right. Like okay. And then the other thing is, and here's the thing I got from the post-game show, is that we were 13 or 14 and a half point favorites. No, we had ESPN, the indicator thing said that we were 91% chance to go in there and win the game. We ate every bit of rat poison. Every bit of it, man. We ate every bit of it. When I would get yelled at on the comments from some of you guys for saying I was worried about the game. You guys were on my ass. Like, Mick, you always worry, blah, 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 blah. No, it's just that we have lost to Oklahoma. We had lost to Michigan. I didn't know what to expect. And then guess what? We went in and played that same exact soft ass, not ready to go, eating the rat poison. I'm wearing Alabama because I was a 5-star recruit. But guess what? This team and this locker room doesn't have anybody that has what you have, and that's jewelry. None of them won anything. None of them. But they act like they did. And that's the problem that I have with Alabama right now. Go out and earn your shit before you go on and act like you've been there.
Yeah.
That's why I was worried, Shank.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. God damn, man. At what point do we start looking at coaches and just seeing they may have a soft brand of football? You know, it's just because you looked around at our coaching staff when Saban was here. Mario Cristobal, damn, he punched through a brick wall, and it showed because we played that way. Brent Key, look what he's doing at Georgia Tech. They're playing they're playing a physical brand of football at Georgia Tech, and it shows
Yep.
because he coaches that way. And so, you know, maybe the coaching staff needs to start demanding a little more physicality from the product. It's just
But they did that in practice, and they lose their best players. We don't have Jam, which we needed him, and then Tim Keenan. But that's a huge loss, and I throw those two things in there. When we lost Keenan, that's when I really started to worry. But why
yeah,
don't we have depth?
yeah.
And on the D line, why did the Payne guy, why did we just watch him transfer to Michigan? Go out and find the guy to replace him. Put the money, when you build a roster, you got to put the money where you need it. I'm glad we got all these wide receivers that we love to talk about that on a lot of plays aren't open, but you win and lose in the trenches. Shank, you know this?
Yeah, and I've said it time and time again, man. I've said it time and time again. In order for us to be good this year, we had to be good up front. And the one drive where we looked like a damn dominant football team, lo and behold, we looked great up front. And the
Yep.
minute that we stopped controlling the line of scrimmage, it was all downhill from us, man.
Yep.
It was all downhill. And that's what pisses me off the most, man, because you know what winning football looks like. You know what has to be put out on the field, and we do it for a hot second, and then we just shit in our pants after that.
All right, this is the next question I'm going to throw up there, and then we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about it after this quick 30-second timeout. But going into this, can we turn it around?
When you head to the Smoky Mountains, it's only natural to visit Sevierville.
Even we had to check it out.
And we've been here our whole lives.
Experience the adventure of a lifetime.
I'm king of the world.
Even you can get a bird's eye view of the Smokies.
You're going down, Billy. Whoa.
Your Smokies start here.
I'm going to need a Sevierville vacation the way that this season started off, right? Well, I love that commercial. Anyway, we appreciate Visit Sevierville. You guys, when you make your next vacation plans to the Smoky Mountains, make sure you stop by Sevierville. All right, Shank, here we go. Can they turn this season around? They got ULM coming up. That they're going to take a whooping, I'm sure, right? And then they got Wisconsin, which is at Bryant Denny. And again, let me throw this up here for you guys. If you want to win tickets, we're giving 2 sets of tickets away to Wisconsin through our Avenue D site. But anyway, can we turn this around? Tell me yes, and tell me how we're going to do it. Because the schedule's tough.
I mean, the schedule is tough, Mick, but we don't have a choice but to turn it around, man. I'm not, even though I'm pissed off at the product we put on the field yesterday, I absolutely still think we have a chance to turn it around because, like I said, we showed flashes of the right stuff. And, we showed flashes of it on offense. We showed flashes of it on defense. And so now we just have to find a way to do it more consistently. And that's going to be our thing. We have to be more physical and we have to execute more consistently. And if we can do that, Mick, we'll be a damn good team. But It's not there right now. It's hit or miss. Our batting average sucks at the moment. And so once we learn how to be more patient and stick with the things that we're doing well, hint, hint, the run game.
Right.
And we're trusting the process and we create more pressure and create more turnovers defensively, man. And we do that on a consistent level. And we aim to be the more physical team on a consistent level. We'll be a great football team. But until we do those things, it's going to look the way it did last night. We're going to get
Right.
smacked around. Other teams going to have their way, and they're going to talk their talk, and we're not going to be able to do anything about it. And so, yeah, man, I absolutely think we can turn it around. And I mean, playing ULM, great. Now we have a chance to put the run game on display, kind of lean on it a little heavy. Hopefully, get some play action going off of that, get some stuff downfield, get tied with some confidence, or even see some other quarterbacks in there. Who knows? I'm open to all possible options right now because
Yeah.
what we can't have is another less than 10-win season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, you can't even worry about 10 wins when, you're 5-5 in your last 10 games, right? You got to win one
That's a
game.
fact.
And
That's a
the
fact.
problem is that when Coach DeBoer left Washington, he left the ability to have a season that you go 5-5. He left the ability to be unnoticed, meaning at Washington, you have a great year and everybody loves you. At Washington, you have a bad year, nobody notices. It's like women's basketball at Alabama. Nobody just they don't pay attention to it, because they're an NFL school and an NFL city and a state and hey, look, if the Washington Huskies are good, it's a bonus. Every once in a while they'll have a good year. But it's hard to maintain it on a consistent basis, right? At Alabama, it's not like that. You just took over for Nick Saban. Nick Saban is the greatest of all time. Even when we saw things slipping a little bit towards the end of Saban's tenure, they still could have won the national championship and should have. If Milroe plays a little bit better down the stretch of that game, we win. And he didn't play terribly bad against Michigan, but he didn't make plays at the end. He's a few plays away from getting to play DeBoer, and we would have beat them. This just doesn't cut it at Alabama. Like this just doesn't fly, and it doesn't matter who the head coach is. But a lot of this, what I'm seeing is so parallel to the Shula days that I get why some of those guys that played for Shula, and were there for that, and they liked Shula, but he didn't win. And this kind of feels the same way. I don't know how you turn it around, but it's not going to fly. That's the thing. I don't want us to turn into Auburn where we're so reactive. We just start firing people and put ourselves in a hole where, where we're bad for years. But the alarm bell's off right now. The alarm bell's up and nobody's happy. And it's not going to be a fun place to be around the state of Alabama or Tuscaloosa for any of those guys if this is the best that they have.
Yeah, man. We're in a tough spot right now because even the games you're supposed to win, they're not even 100% anymore. You don't even have faith in that anymore. And so it's a tough situation to be in, man. But at the end of the day, they just got to perform. They still got to show up on Saturdays and make it happen. That's what it is, man. You got to show up and make it happen. Man, we didn't do that Saturday. And we know how college football can be up and down any given Saturday. So hopefully we bring a better product next time. But it's just not there right now. I don't see the hunger. I don't see the determination. I don't see the desperation to win at the moment. Man, that's what's alarming to me, man.
Yeah.
It's just not there right now.
Can Ty Simpson be the guy, or do you start looking? Is it a quarterback issue? Are you okay with Ty Simpson?
Crazy enough, man, I don't think Ty played horrible.
Yeah, me neither.
But Ty, I don't think Ty Simpson is good enough to bring a team from behind when we're off schedule.
Yeah.
Like he's not good enough to make things happen on his own when we're behind the sticks, when we're behind schedule. And as you see, man, we put him in a lot of third and long situations, and it just didn't work out in our favor. And so we have to be better as a team before we crucify Ty right now.
I agree with that. And then if you're Alabama, I mean, you coach football, you've been on that championship teams, you've been around the game for a long time. Where do you take this if you're these coaches? How do you, as they say, circle the wagons? How do you change what we saw against Florida State. And I'll say this, look, too, is it's never as bad as it looks game one, and it's never as good as it looks game one, right? So you make your most improvement from game one to game two. But if you're Alabama, how do you get back to being Alabama again?
Man, as coaches, we got to identify the things that went well for us, identify the things that we did well, and build on those things. And we also have to identify things we didn't do well and figure out why they didn't go well and why we didn't execute the way we needed to execute. Because at the end of the day, numbers are the numbers and the eye in the sky don't lie, right? And so we got to attack the tape, man, and just see beyond from a physicality standpoint, which is clear as day, where we got beat up on. What else went wrong for us? What else did we do well? And what else can we stick with and do more of to make sure that we have success moving forward, man? And that's the tricky part of being a coach. And I know you don't want to put too much stock in the first game of the season, but first game of the season shows you either are who you think you are or you're not who you thought you were. And it showed us we are, in fact, not who we thought we were, and we have a ways to go.
Yeah.
And so they need to take that to heart and have some tough conversations, spare no feelings, and get to work.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yep. Well, it's going to be a hard week. You know, I mean, it's going to be hard to watch TV. It's going to be hard to listen to people talk. We haven't been even last year, you know, because Auburn was so bad. Auburn actually got a win, you know, so they're feeling great. And in this state, you're going to be hearing a lot of this, but maybe it'll be a good thing. It's going to be interesting to see how DeBoer uses this to turn the culture around. And it's crazy how fast things changed when Coach Saban left, but there's still an opportunity here to grow. And the best part about it, Shank, as we kind of start to get to the end of the show, is that when you guys played in 2015 and you lost to Ole Miss, you had to have a lot of pieces fall into place to get back to where you wanted to get to, right? To win the SEC and to win the national championship. That happened.
Right.
You couldn't lose another game.
Right.
This day and age, like, you know, you could lose multiple games. I mean, if you get into the SEC championship game and win it, you can still, you know, that can happen. I mean, Clemson got in last year and they had like 4 losses. They got into the playoff because they won the ACC. There's an automatic bid. Nothing that Alabama wants to accomplish has been lost, other than there's a red flag right now that what you guys are doing isn't good enough. And then how are you guys going to figure that out? How are you going to bring intensity, energy, you know, and all of that stuff to the next discipline, all that stuff to the next game? Or is this what we should expect going down the road?
Damn, Mick, man. This can't be what I'm going to expect going down the road. I refuse.
That look on your face is like, I don't know.
I refuse, man. I refuse to believe that that's the best product we can put out right now. You know, but it just, and God, man, SEC is going to be tough this year. It's going to be tough. And so surely, absolutely, we can put a better product together than that, man, because the brand of football we playing right now just ain't it. It just ain't it. Man, it's from a want to standpoint, man. You gotta want to beat up on people. You know, you have to want you have to want it more than the other team at the end of the day. And what we seen last night, we definitely didn't, man. It didn't show on the field at all. It showed in every play from Florida State, the way they were flying around, all into it. And so it's a sad day, man, when you got to admit that your team played trash. But lucky for us, Mick, it's only the first game of the season, so we got a lot of time and a lot of room for improvement. And I feel sorry for ULM because we're going to try to do a lot of that on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And
Yep.
so we got to buckle down, man.
Yeah.
We got to bring back big boy football. There's no space in the dog kennel for pussycats.
I know. We don't need any more cats. Well, Shank, awesome seeing you, man. This will be our new spot for Sunday rollback. We'll break down the games every Sunday. Guys, don't forget to, you can come and check out the Tailgate Show when we record for radio this Friday. We're going to be at Innisfree in Tuscaloosa 1 to 3. Jay Coker and me. Wish you could come, Shank, but he's got high school football games to coach. And then this is our schedule for the games. We're at the Floor Bama. I've got my Floor Bama shirt on right now.
Nice.
But we'll be at the Floor Bama Yacht Club. We'll be at the Coastal, which is another restaurant in Orange Beach. And we will be at the Big Floor Bama for the Iron Bowl show. With all those shows are recorded Friday, and then we play them on radio Saturday. So come hang out with us. Thank you, Shank, for getting up here and doing this on a Sunday morning. And thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Appreciate all of you guys for being here. And we will talk to you again tomorrow as we continue to kind of urge Alabama to get it figured out. Roll Tide, everybody.
Roll Tide.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
We're presented by Bod Coach, and you can tell I'm slimming up over here, and it's because of Bod Coach. This is absolutely amazing. It's your personal trainer that is with you 24/7. So when I go to hotels or when I'm on the road, I type in, "Hey, look, I got equipment. This is what I have," and it'll make a workout specifically for me, what I want, what exercises I want. When I'm at home or I'm in a hotel and there's no way I can get to the gym, it'll say, "Hey, this is what I want to work on today," and it sends you personalized workout plans. It's really awesome. And they contacted me a few weeks ago to be a spokesman. I said, "Well, I want to try this." Bod Coach is fantastic. Like, I use it all the time. I mean, and if I'm telling you, man, like, it makes working out when you are on the go like me so much better. Just because I don't always know I didn't play football at Alabama. I didn't have Scott Cochran yelling, "Yeah," and telling me what workouts to do. So anyway, I'm going to put in the body on the YouTube all about Bod Coach. Get you guys signed up there, but tell them you heard it on Bama Tailgate.
All right, that's it for the show today, and we'll talk to you guys later.